Channel Sport this morning. Time to have a look at the Super Eagles squad for the AFCON qualifiers against Benin Republic and Lesotho. And like we said at the start of the show, we're seeing a couple of returns to the team. Captain Ahmed Musa is back in the squad because of the injury issues seem to be over for him now. While Daniel Akpe, the goalkeeper who was in goal during the Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt, is also back after a lot of fans thought that was the end of his international career when he wasn't invited for the past 2 international friendlies against Ukraine and Brazil. But there you go. He actually tops the list of the goalkeepers invited for that game. Daniel Akpe from South Africa, Kaiser Chiefs, you have to say, he's had a fantastic start to the season. So perhaps that's why Genoro has decided to bring him back into the fold. There's also Ikechukwu who plays for Castina United. Should be in goal this weekend when the NWPL kicks off across various centers. NPFL. I'm still talking NWPL. Defenders are Kenneth Omeru, Abdullahi Shehu, Chidozie Awazin, William Ekong, Olaina, Jamilu Collins, Shemi Ajayi, and Brian Idowu, while the midfielders are Alexander Iwobi. Very interesting that in the last couple of lists now, he's been listed as a midfielder, so perhaps that's where his career lies, with the national team. There's also Mikel Agu, Wilfred and Didi. There is
Ramon Aziz, Joe
Aribo, Ramon Aziz, and Joe Ayodele Aribo. While the forwards are Ahmed Musa, Victor Osimhen, Moses Simon scored a hat-trick yesterday for Nantes in the French Cup. It's also Samuel Chukwueze, Paul Onuachu, Manuel Dennis, Bonaventure, and Samuel Kalu. So these are the names, these are the players that have been called up to prosecute those AFCON qualifiers
on
against
standby.
Brazil.
Leon Balogun, Peter Olayinka, and Ogenekaro Etebo. For Etebo, I can understand he's been injured, and I guess the crew just wants him to come and see him.
Leon has gone from being a mainstay with the Super Eagles to being on a standby list.
It's understandable, and it's really sad because, I remember a couple of years ago we used to pride ourselves about the Oyinbo Wall.
Yeah.
And the Oyinbo Wall has been dismantled now. Because even though there's really no excuse that you could give for putting him in that 23-man squad.
Exactly.
And maybe because he's an integral part of the squad, whether he's playing or not, maybe that's
why he's even managed
to put him on the standby list. And that's why, I was about to explain for Etebo, because we'll have gone up in arms if Etebo is fit and he's not in that 23-man list. We'll have gone up in arms. Yeah. What exactly is happening here? True. But I can understand maybe because he's had some injury issues of late. But the guys that came on in are the ones. Brian Idowu, it will be interesting to hear somebody defend his inclusion.
Yeah, what is wrong with his inclusion?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's my personal opinion. A lot of people.
I just want to know, like
a lot of people. The NFF sometimes, like for instance, this thing I said about Etebo was part of the explanation given by Ademola Olajire in that press release. So I like it like that. People will want to ask questions, and before we start asking those questions, you might want to put, to me, Brian Idowu plays in a position where I don't think he's going to start.
He's not going to start, obviously.
So, if you're going to invite somebody who's probably going to push Jamilu Collins, and that's how you're going to get the best from your players.
And that's what Brian is there to do. You can't tell me Brian, at this stage of his career, plays. I
think he's even a natural fit at right back. My personal opinion. Yeah. And so, but then again,
you've seen him for his club, Locomotive, playing on either side. Plays on the right, plays on the left, plays in the UEFA Champions League. Of course, we know Jamilu Collins is the number one now for Gennett Raw. So having a thorough professional like Brian Idowu as kind of being a backup, I don't see much
I hope it works.
Wrong with that. And is there to provide competition for,
I hope it works.
For the guys in the right back.
Most importantly, that's what I said is my opinion. Like Ramon Aziz too. A lot of those players that are making, they're either coming back or just being included. It's going to be very interesting. But my worry has always been, if somebody comes in, it has to either be on the level of the guys that are there or better, or else complacency, steps in, and you have the guys who feel I'm always going to play, and that's what you see. We have a crop we're benefiting from. Not because we did anything, but we seem to have players spread across. There was a time we used to say, oh, no Super Eagles player in the UEFA Champions League. We don't see all those things anymore. UEFA Champions League now, we see all our players.
Exactly.
I mean, everywhere you just see names springing up. And I still say not because we did anything, but we're just benefiting. We're just benefiting. And we need to use that opportunity. Yeah. Like you talk about Bonaventure. I mean, I've been looking at Bonaventure a couple of years. That's another, interesting players. I just hope that... for once, Genel Troll will try to be innovative. That's what a lot of people do have against him. When you invite these players, you're inviting them because you think they're good. So invite them and let us see them. Let us see you. I'm not really saying take a risk, but I'm saying, look, invite players, let us see them. Because there's nothing that just... I'm very happy we got to see Maduka Okoye in the last game against Brazil. But you ask yourself, if the goalkeeper wasn't injured, would he have? So what's the reason for inviting them?
You never know. Unfortunately, in quotes now, the match is coming up, competitive games, right? So it's just 3 substitutions, and the chance to really experiment is not there. Like what you should have done, in the
which would have been the best chance to do those things.
Exactly. He didn't do all that now. But right now, it's all about getting 6 points from those 2 matches. Well. And for me, looking forward to this list, I was only looking out for one department, and that was the goalkeeping department. Mentioned Uzo earlier is out for a long time, and that would have left Ikechukwu and the young star, who is essentially still a youth team goalkeeper, Maduka Okoye, as the 2 goalkeepers for Nigeria. So I was looking forward to seeing if Genaro was going to re-invite Daniel Akpeyi, and to be fair, I'm not surprised at all. It's done that because I think it's going...
You shouldn't be.
It
shouldn't be because
how would you feel? I mean, as Daniel Akpeyi, receiving all that flack after the AFCON.
I feel bad.
You feel bad now. You've been brought back because he knows he's been brought back because there's an injury. He knows that.
You see, there are a lot of places where Genotro's decisions you could argue for and against. But in this goalkeeping department, I don't understand. Okay, you said before the World Cup, Francis Uzoho was number 1. Suddenly, we get to the Nations Cup. You're number 1 at the World Cup. Wasn't good enough. You weren't confident enough to make him number 1. So, now the number 1 at the Nations Cup, to me, wouldn't do badly. Keepers concede goals.
Decent,
keepers, and your most informed goalkeeper. The goalkeeper that sees more action than anyone else among the goalkeepers that we had. You suddenly just decided you're not going to invite him. So then you ask yourself, maybe if Uzoho wasn't injured, maybe Daniel wasn't going to get back.
I don't think he's coming back.
And what's the explanation for that?
I don't know what the explanation is. But to be fair to Genaro, Uzoho World Cup number 1 goalkeeper, but coming into the AFCON, he wasn't playing regularly for his club. It was pretty much
decision had to be made.
Decision had to be made, and I give credit to Raw for not sticking with his favorite goalkeeper because he wasn't playing for his club. So he went with a guy that was playing regularly and doing well for Kaizer Chiefs, for his club, Akpeyi. But it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was that particular match and the manner in which he considered the concession of that free kick against
Rehab. Goalkeepers
concede stuff.
Concede silly
so
balls. Balls going through their legs. They miscalculating, coming out for corner kicks and looking so stupid. So it happens.
Exactly.
We're in a situation, although Peter Rufai won't agree with you, we're in a situation where we seem to have a goalkeeping. I'm not going to use the word crisis, but we do have a problem. With the kind of keepers we're inviting, we do have a problem. And that's why I think, and I keep on saying it's my opinion, of the 4 goalkeepers that we have now, if I was to pick somebody, it was going to be Daniel. So in that situation, making him probably a standby or calling in because someone else...
It would be very interesting. I mean, I haven't seen any reaction from Daniel Akpeyi.
He wouldn't. He's a professional. He wouldn't.
But he could say, I'm done with the Super Eagles and I'm not coming. So... I don't know. We'll see whether Daniel Akpeyi will accept our invitation and come and play for the Super Eagles. Olawale Ishola is in the building now. Olawale, it's great to have you on the show.
Good morning, Tayo. Good morning, Yemi.
All right, let's just dive straight into your thoughts on the on the list released by Genaro for the African qualifiers.
What that I know, there are just few surprises.
Yeah.
Almost all the players that were invited have been around for some time. With what happened with the Brazilian friendly, Joe Aribo is now a sensation, a revelation. The Nigerians are looking forward to. He has been invited. Maduka Okoye too got the spot to be in that team. And the FC Bridge guy, the striker, Emmanuel Dennis, he has been invited. And our players have been doing fine in Europe. So it is an opportunity for them to come around, play together, build cohesion, improve on the teamwork, and we'll get prepared.
All right.
Because the international window is very, very important for every national team. So, because as the calendar year winds down, the league gets competitive all over there in Europe. So the little time you have to invite your players, use it well. So it's a good development.
Yeah.
So almost all the players that we've known were invited, right from the goalkeeper to the defenders. But surprisingly, Leon Badokun was put on standby.
Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised.
He doesn't play for his club.
I'm not so surprised. No, he has been a regular for almost 4 years now. But without you playing, what General is saying is that you must get your certain bet in your club to have a chance of playing the national team. This is what I've been clamoring for a long time. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
The Nigerian national team should not be a rehabilitation center. A Nigerian national team is a ground for you to come and showcase what you have been doing in your club.
The best.
So, it's good. Let's hope for the best for Super Eagles.
All right, then. So that's it for the Super Eagles. Let's move on to the NWPL Super 4, which is going to start tomorrow. You have the 4 teams in Lagos already. Yemi, I don't know, you're looking forward to seeing these matches, but also Queens are taking on Rivers Angels and Adamawa Queens versus Confluence Queens. So those are the 4 teams that will be featuring in the NWFL Super 4.
What do you expect to see, Wale? I mean, you look at these fixtures, Bayelsa Queens, Rivers Angels, Adamawa Queens, and Confluence Queens. I mean, the best when it comes to women's football as it is currently.
Yes.
You expect to see good football?
Yes, sure, because anytime you see Bayelsa Queens, Rivers Angels, Pelicans, and the Confluence Queens, those are the best teams you have in the Nigerian women professionally. So you cannot expect anything short of competitiveness,
right?
Top flight football,
right,
and good football.
Okay.
And again, I'll call on fans at home. The female football league is something that we should look out for because it's now a global brand. The way other countries are taking it, we should take it too. Because
we should be left behind.
We will be left behind because it's a very good alternative to male football, and they have their fans now. Because from the news I had yesterday, and Heidelberg, the world best player, has scored 52 goals in the tournament. That's the highest number scored by a player. So all these people, they are global brands. So we can build our own brand from here too. Right. Because when you build our own brand, the effect on the economy is huge because it's a form of bringing money to our system. So every part of our sport should be encouraged. So I'm really in support of the female football, and I can't wait for it I can't wait for myself to have a feel of actions.
Okay. Let's go to the papers
quickly. We're actually pressed for time. We're enjoying ourselves. I hope you do too. So let's go to the papers. Let's start with Sporting Life. Love interesting stories in Thursday's edition of Sporting Life. Okay. And with some that we already talked about, battle against Benin Republic, Lesotho, Musa Kalu Akpeyi, Omero return. Right. Juventus put 4.5 million pounds tag on Mandzukic. Reds advance. A lot of interesting stories. I don't know which one gets you. We're already seeing Rashford masterclass. We're getting way ahead of ourselves, though. But your thoughts?
It's a Mandzukic.
Mandzukic, yeah. You're interested in that one.
I'm not surprised that Mandzukic still carries such value when you have a fighter. Mario Mandzukic is a fighter. But him performing, when it comes to the Premier League, that's a bit doubtful. Because it's totally in the twilight of his career.
Exactly.
But for his Latin to perform like that.
Yeah, Zlatan is a bit special.
No. When it comes to Man U, why can't Mandzukic do that?
Zlatan is a bit special. Let's go to complete sports now. A lot of stories are centering around the African qualifiers against Benin and Lesotho. Raw recalls Musa Kal Omeru Akpeyi. 23 Eagles to battle Benin and Lesotho. Iheanacho hailed eyes EPL return. Hopefully, he can get an opportunity in the Premier League.
Especially after that goal.
After that goal against Bolton Albion. Arsenal paid the penalty. Messi eclipsed Ronaldo's club goals tally. This guy is going to score goals until it's 50, probably. PSG not at Neymar's level. That's according to Rivaldo. Rivaldo wants Neymar too.
Any one of these gets you talking quickly?
You know, when a legend talks that his country compatriot should leave PSG, you know what it means? Because the reason why I'm saying that I know that Barcelona has been the main platform for the Brazilians.
A lot of Brazilians.
Yeah. The last Brazilians who
right from the days of Romario, brought Rolando, Rivaldo,
all were world footballers of the year at Barcelona.
After Rolandinho, for long, Messi dominated and brought Neymar. So with that array of stars donning the Catalan jersey, so I'm not surprised that Rivaldo is talking for his competitor to go there, because since Neymar signed for PSG, he has gone on a downward spiral slope. In his career.
We get all that, but the thing is, Neymar has played for Barca before. So what are we talking about here? What is going on?
You know what? The reason why I'm saying that, he needs to go back there, which is
he needs to go back. Okay.
Messi is going to the twilight of his career.
Let me
it will be the apparent here
to
take over from Messi.
Okay, if you don't know where you're going to, you can return to where you're from. I want to thank you for your time on the show. We really appreciate you.
You're welcome, It's always nice to be with you guys.
Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your day this morning. We'll be here again tomorrow. Take you on the trip across the money screen and world of sports. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.
I am Tahir Salam. Enjoy the rest of your day.